I'm gonna show you guys how to make a riser from scratch. When I'm sound designing, I'm just creative with it. I try to learn my synth as much as I can. It's about just trying new shit. It's about understanding what it does and then breaking the rules, you know, and just trying something new. All right, so I'm just gonna start with a wavetable. A riser is going up in amplitude over time, so I'm just gonna affect the amplitude. Let's use envelope 2 for pitch. I like this view. How many of you guys mess with wavetable? Wavetable's so fire. Yeah, you can use operator too. I just feel like using wavetable. I'm routing envelope 2 to pitch. If I mess with the attack on this, watch what it does. I'm actually gonna map it to envelope 1 because I wanted to do the same thing as the amplitude. All right, let's speed it up a little bit. Let's mess with LFO 1. So what this is doing is I just mapped the LFO to the shape. So it's going at this rate and this depth, and it's affecting the shape. So we're gonna speed that up. And we're gonna try a different sound. What we're doing is going through the different wavetables that are built into Wavetable directly. This is where you can get creative. You can map the LFO rate to the amplitude, for example. This rate is going up over time. So let's try a different sound. And let's turn it down a little bit. I did a hard cut, so like the riser will end, it won't continue. Let's extend it a little bit more. Let's add a second oscillator to it. Let's throw LFO 1 onto the second oscillator. Pitch it down. And then just kind of mess with stuff. I mean, this is how I come up with sounds. I just mess around and try shit. Whoa. Haha. I'd change the type 2 FM synthesis. Change the tune and the amount. And anytime you click on something, it shows up in the matrix, so you can start messing with that too. So you can do a mixture of LFOs and wavetables, everything. We're just getting started too. I mean, I'm gonna really design this. Okay, what do we want to control with this? LFO 2, let's do pitch. Woo! Another thing you could do is you can modulate the frequency. Let's map the frequency to amp 1. Ready? Let's turn it down. I mapped the frequency to amp 1 and the resonance to amp 1, which is what the whole riser's based on, timing-wise. And let's throw in the second oscillator too. Let's see what's up. Let's do this one too. There we go. Chris Galactic Beats. No, this is not a Max for Live plugin. This is actually built into Ableton. Looks pretty sick, huh? I love that in Wavetable you have the full screen. Okay, so we have like the basic sound now. So I'm gonna start messing around. So another thing is there's this Unison tab. So you can try different with this. This is basic. We're gonna put this in mono mode. Now check these different Unison modes. We're gonna go to classic. See how that just made it so wide? Mess around with the voices. And different modes. I like that one so far. Yeah. That sounds good too. I like both of those. Let's see what else we can add to this to beef it up. What stock plugins can we add to this? Let's throw a saturator on it. Let's add a hybrid reverb to it, which is an Ableton 11. See what that did? The next stage in the sound designing is in hybrid reverb, you can cut some of the lows or highs to kind of shape what you want the riser to sound like. Let's throw an auto filter on it. You can mess with an auto filter, you can cut some of the high frequencies, or you can put an LFO on it to give it even more movement. Auto filter can give you more creative effects. So for now, let's print this. So I'm gonna open a new audio track, put it in resampling, and just trigger the sound and record it, basically. So now we can go in and edit it if we want. This is the basic riser that we made and just printed it to audio. This is all made from scratch in Ableton with Wavetable. So this is a sound that exists nowhere else in the world. This is a completely unique sound. And then it's a matter of what your song needs. For more traditional hip hop stuff, this riser might be too EDM. This riser is good. As this is, you could use this in a track. Just save it to your sound design folder and use it. For certain tracks, this would be perfect. Another trick, that's a riser. If you reverse it, it's a fall. Little cheat code. So now check this out. Just a way to get two sounds out of one. Now, it depends on the type of music you're doing. If you're trying to do something a little more hip-hop, trap, basic, you could just throw an auto filter on it and cut some of the highs. That could help with that. You could do a notch filter too. Put it more in the background, you know what I mean? So say that is too long or too short. Make sure it's on warp. Hold down the shift key and you can rewarp it. So like for a real quick one, change the mode. You could change it to repitch. Just have a quick little riser. You can make it super short. This can be good sound design stuff too by affecting the length of your riser. This could be some kind of transient thing. And you can mess with stuff like this. Just remember to be creative and just try different shit. You know, reverse that. Get a little laser sound, throw a reverb on it. I think the thing I want to just let you guys know, there's no rules to this. This could turn into something else. Hi-hat, whatever. See, watch, I'm going to EQ this into a hi-hat. See, look, now we have a dope hi-hat. We made a riser into a hi-hat. There you go. Snare. You can dive in. There's so much you can do. Just remember, everything is sound, so you can make anything out of anything. So we made a riser from scratch. I basically flipped it into a hi-hat, reversed it, started making a snare out of it, made a laser out of it. Just remember, sound design, you could do anything. That's why I have a whole video with me making a beat out of slapping my bald head. I made a shaker out of my bald head. I made a kick drum out of my bald head. Sound design is fun. Don't be afraid to just mess around, try stuff. At some point, I might do like a master class where I show you guys how to make any sound. It's not something that I want to put out on Twitch necessarily, but it's something that for a select few of you guys who are super serious about this, maybe I'll do some coaching and show you guys the process.